Okay, I should be live. Trying to figure out if I'm live or not. Yep, I think I'm live. So, let's go back to this. Okay, so that's muted. Okay, so I have no idea why I wanted to live stream other than I'm bored and I just want to like work on my Minecraft city. So, if that's your thing and you want to watch my big ass Minecraft city get worked on, yeah, you found the right place. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these because I've already built the exterior of this house. And it's kind of funny because this house right here actually has like a little like backstory to it. Um, Hopefully my audio levels are just fine because I don't want the people that are gonna wake up tomorrow morning and well, actually this morning. I don't want them to like think, oh shit, your audio sucks, you know. So I'm gonna like listen to it real quick. Yeah, I guess my audio levels are perfect. If I'm too quiet, turn up your volume. It's not that hard. So there's that. Alright, so anyway, a little backstory behind this house. It's actually a remake of something that once sat here, but we're just going to say that this fence represents the timeline of Jaguar City. Well, anyway, we'll just say that this little bit right here is 2014. This little bit right here is 2015. And this little bit right here is 2016. Well, right around here, so we'll say that this is 26, or I'm sorry, let's see, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so yeah, it's like down here somewhere. Well, in 2015, we kind of did something like this where um this is basically its own path of the timeline, and from October, or well, I'd say the later half of October, November, and December of 2015, we did some progress on the world. And then Minecraft decided to update and take a dump, so we ended up having to revert back to this, which it picks up right here. So this is December, but it's on this version of the world, not this version. And on this version right here, especially in these 2 months, that house, for example, was built. So when we reverted, it's basically as if that never existed. And it's literally the best visual I can come up with for it, you know, to help people understand what I'm on about. But basically, if you've ever had to revert your data before, you know what I'm on about. All the shit that you had on your latest version ends up getting reverted back to before it even existed, and then you just carry on with life because you know that you can't really do anything about it. So yeah, November, December 2015 house recreation from a lost save. In 2015, the world was reverted to 2015 October, and this and a few other houses were ditched. So yeah, pretty much what I just explained. The signs will always remind you that that's one of those houses. I don't have the interior done. The only way I can get the interior... How long have you had this world? 2014 June. It was started on my PS3. I'm actually hosting it off my PS4, which if we switch, this is the PS4. Well, you know, the PS4 is like right around the corner. Let's see. Let me see if I can find my other. Oh, I know where that where that is now. Okay. Yeah, so this right here is my PC player, and then if we switch back to PC, this is PS4, and yeah, that is my PS4 tag. If we switch back, that is my Xbox Live. So hopefully that's out of the way. So yeah, I've had it for a really, really long time. Everyone asks me that question. So don't feel bad when I say that it's annoying, but, you know, it's just a question that everyone asks. I'm used to it. Personally, I think it's annoying, but that's just because everybody asks, how long have you had it? How long have you had it? And again, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. It's nothing against you. It's just that a question, you know? Imagine getting asked the same question about, like, your Minecraft world. Like, how long did it take you to build this big structure or something? Like, you'd find it annoying after a while. It just happens with everything. It's, like I said, nothing to really worry about. As long as I don't have to answer it again, we're good. Wish I could just, like, make a video to send to everyone that basically goes over the FAQ, though. Maybe I should do that. Make an FAQ about Jaguar City. Like, how long did it take? And, what made you do this? And stuff like that. I think that could actually make a really good video, though. Then it wouldn't annoy me as much, because I could just say, watch the video. Alright, I'm trying to figure out what I want to work on. We can stop by this house real quick. Toss up the, walls real quick for the garages. So this house right here actually has 2 garages. Oh, yuck, I don't like that. I don't know why I started making it with that material. I think I need to do it with the wood trim at the base of it. Too bad you can't just hold it like the console edition. See how it does that? I don't want it to do that. So let's see, we need... light gray. So yeah, hopefully once I'm done with this, that'll just be one less thing to really worry about, because this house has taken me ages to, like, finally get stuff going with it. Speaking of that path that or that path thing I was talking about with the world timeline, one of the houses in this neighborhood was actually right where I am. So basically, when I reverted back to October 2015, I think it was like maybe a year or 2, maybe 3 before I decided to build this particular structure. But basically, there was a house, and it didn't look like this, but there were some design cues that I took from the original house that was here. Okay, not the first house that was here. That one was just ugly. It reminded me of my elementary school's, like, front shape a bit, especially with, like, the windows and stuff. But yeah, that was years ago. That was, like, definitely early 2015. But basically, when I put a house here sometime in November or something like that, it had, like, this little design cue right here, where it went out, back, and then it kind of came in a little bit. But this particular house, when I put up this version of it, so technically this is the 3rd house to ever sit here, but it's actually the 2nd if we're talking about timelines and stuff and what got reverted and erased, lost in time. But it's ultimately influenced on this house more so than kind of being its own thing from late 2015. So that's this particular house. I don't know, maybe I should just live stream tomorrow, to be honest. I mean, I'm still going to live stream tonight, but I should definitely live stream tomorrow because there's, like, nobody watching it right now. So, like, if you're watching this in the future, then hello. Wish you could have been here at 3 a.m. or, well, actually EDT because it's daylight. They should just say ET. Then you're never wrong. 3 a.m. ET, Eastern Time. Okay, so the garages are done. Cool, now I can put this house off for another 2 months. It's probably been about that long since I last touched it. Maybe more. The house has just been sitting here empty for a very long time. Like, I'm talking years. And just now getting around to it. And that's the thing about this world. Like, there's a lot of exteriors that don't have interiors, and that's kind of what gives you the feeling that the world is really big when really there's still a lot to do. And one of the things I've always told myself, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree with this, there is no finishing a Minecraft world. There's always something else to do. Just always. I mean, unless it's like a small map or something and it can live on forever without any sort of changes or modifications. Chances are, however, that's never going to happen. There's always something to do. Like, I can just add more bushes, or I can add more interiors, or cars or something, which I don't really want to do that because I've never really been a fan of cars that never move. I mean, it looks good on some worlds, especially Dan Lags' world, but other than that, yuck, not really my thing. Mainly because, like, he already bothered to put in all of the cars, so it's not really my problem to, like, worry about if they do or don't get in, because again, he already took care of it. But yeah, if I'm the one having to put in like a million cars, I mean, if anything, they can sit in the driveway, just like this example. It's a Lexus apparently. Sign's a little messed up from the Bedrock conversion, but whatever. But yeah, one of the more recent things I did, though, was I took down 2 of the longest standing towers in this area. That's definitely one of them. That's one of them. The one next to it is technically one of them, even though it was completely renovated. Looks nothing like it used to, except the shell. And even the glass is different. But I took down Myers and Bindlesoft. I did save them, so if I ever want to put them back, I can. I don't have to sit there and reconstruct them from scratch. But I took them down mainly because the 2 people that, you know, owned them in the RP, they never RP. So, Myers, he doesn't play my world anymore. Hasn't probably in 5 years, to be honest. And then Adam from Random Acts, or Possible Hater. I don't know what his, or I forget what his YouTube is at this point, but yeah, he basically had Bindlesoft and Wambly Tech, and it was fun back then, but he never finished his building either. Both of them were very incomplete. Only the top floors were done, basically. And even his building being about that wide, there wasn't much on it, whereas his was, or, well, his is in A. Myers. His Myers Corporation building was a lot smaller area-wise, but it was also really tall. Had a balcony. It felt more complete on the top floor just because there was less room. So like, it's like, why am I gonna keep those buildings when I can just clone actually useful stuff right here instead? So that's what I did. Or actually, all three of those buildings, these two being actually clones of each other, they're all up north, up there somewhere. And then this one, same deal. It's all the way that way. And there are a lot of clones now. Makes the world feel more complete because I can take some of the work I've already done and like put them in other places. So, you know, that way we have multiple ones now. This one was actually a hand-built clone. I did that on purpose. That's why the glass is different. In fact, the glass is actually missing up here for some reason. It's weird. But yeah, these are hand-built clones. I wanted one with blue glass. I wanted one with black glass. Just because I like how the blue goes with the dark color, and then I also like the monotone. I think they're killer design schemes or color schemes, so that's why I did that. And then I finally cloned the one interior that I had in the original version of this building, which is all the way down. It's actually right down the road, just past the movie studio on the right. And basically, I took the building down there, cloned it over here, sealed at the back because usually there's or down there there's like a patio and pool and stuff like that behind the apartment building. So I sealed that off because, well, you would just have sidewalk right here, and I don't think you want people cutting through outside your apartment door. You know, trying to get to the grocery store. They can just walk around. They don't need to go through the apartment building. But anyway, I just, like, matter of probably an hour or two ago, took this interior, which was the original one down there. So I took it, cloned it all the way up, mirrored it all the way up, and then I went down there and started above the one that was already there and continued cloning. And then I mirrored and stuff like that. So now we have not 8 new apartments. Well, actually 15. Actually, no. 7 here and then another 7 down there. So 14 new apartments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 2. So yeah. It was originally just this one, but down there. Yeah, I mean, I used to be garbage. Especially in 2015. 2015 was my least favorite year. Definitely my least favorite. I mean, I could tell you all about 2015 because I've managed to make a lot of the 2015 stuff work. But let me just show you some of the things that I made in 2015. Because honestly, there's not much. Because a lot of it's just gone. But that tower, without all of the courts around it, and yeah, I kind of cheated a little bit because I took the structure block here and finally finished the courts all the way around. Now, a lot of it is hand built, but I think the whole other side was just not even done, and I was still missing some side or some of the other sides. So finally, it's done, but basically, the iron tower under it was 2015. This building right here, 2015. It does have some modern, you know, aesthetic changes to it as well, just like that one. But it's from 2015. Those are right out of 2015. And they don't look that good. In fact, they're not even done. In fact, actually, they're not only, you know, incomplete, but like they're not even started basically. They've just been sitting here for 5 years. I might have added the glass in like 2016 or 17, but I mean, other than that, they're incomplete. Is all get out. Um, Fun fact: most of these apartments, and I only say most because I might have tried the structure block once or twice, but most of the apartments in here are actually hand built, and they're clones. Because most of the apartments that you see through the windows were put in on console edition, and clearly we did not have the structure block back then. So I need to finish the apartments. Oh, and this is definitely 2015 for you. I used to have a lot more skyscrapers, but I tore them all down. Like there used to be skyscrapers like that went really high up in the sky and stuff. There used to be a hospital right there, down where that little patio is. Like I said, the Bindlesoft and the Myers Court building, they used to be over there. So we had the hospital. We had Box Co right there. That was a remake from my 2014 Survival World. Even though it wasn't in Survival, it was a creative world, but it had the terrain and stuff. I had a hotel literally right where that pool is. Went all the way up and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff from 2015 just gone. I don't even like it. What's something else from 2015 that might still be here? It's been 2 years working on it. I miss 2013. Those 2015 skyscrapers don't look bad at all. Well, again, because I've modernized them. Like, that's the thing, though. You can modernize it, and it'll look just fine. Like, take this, for example. This house right here. It looks like, I might have built it, we'll be nice, 2017 or something. Or if you look at this one, 2018 probably, because I'll get to that in a minute. This one right here, maybe 2017 or 18. They don't look that old. But the truth is, that house, and that garage, and that one, plus that one, and even this one. All of the ones that are right in this little area right here, 2014. I kid you not, they are on my 2014 world, technically. Now, in 2018, I went back and refreshed that house, that house, that house, and that house with the windows and stuff like that. And then this one right here, we've renovated it pretty much once every 2 years. We did it in 2016, we did it in 2018, and I think I might have even touched it this year. So on average, you can expect this house to get renovated pretty much every 2 years. It's kind of just a tradition now. So probably 2022, I might go back and like do some more stuff to it if needed, but I mean, I would say the house is pretty much done. I don't really need to see it look any different. This house right here, I accidentally tore down a 2014 house, not knowing that it was 2014, thinking 2015 garbage, but it was 2014. And then this house right here, oh yeah, this one was 2015, but 2019, 2018, I completely redid it. Technically it's the same house, but it's really not anymore. The staircase got moved. Pretty much takes up the same shape as the old house in terms of like the shell, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe the layout's similar. I couldn't really tell you about this one too much. I just know that you used to walk up into it, and then you would go downstairs to like the quote-unquote basement. But now you just walk straight in. Let's see. This house, God, was it 2018 or 19 when I made it? But it's based on this one. This one was made all the way back in 2014 with a lot of renovations. Now, the outside is largely the same. I remember one time I griefed it because I was pissed at the owner. But I ended up fixing it, and it looks a lot better now. But the original house was 2014, and it looks pretty much the same. We've added, diamond and a new interior for it. But, other than that, it's 2014 house. This one right here, 2014 mixed with 2015 and a little bit of 18, 19, maybe 20. I don't remember what I did in 18. Probably not much, if anything. That house, 2014. This one, 2014. This one, I just built it this year. But the story behind this house is that this house is on Dan Lags' world, Dan Lags' world, and that world was 2013 to 16. His version is gray. I redid the roof a few years ago to look like his, and I also made the interior even better because we renovated it from the 2014 version, and the roof was kind of half-assed and stuff as well, so it looks a lot nicer now. And then this one right here, same world. In fact, they're literally next to each other on the other world. Different color scheme once again, but I just built it this year. I actually did a live stream of me building it, so if you want to check that out, I'll have to put the link in the description of this video or something later. Well, if you're watching this, just check the description. If it's not there, write a comment. I don't know. It's not too far back on my channel video list, so yeah, if you want to watch me build that house from pretty much, pretty much from scratch, you can do that. Okay, this is turning more into a tour of the world than anything. Oh, and well, actually, I'll go over one more. 2014, renovated in 18. 2014, renovated in 18. Once again, 2014, renovated in 2018. This one, 2015, renovated over the years. I couldn't tell you exactly when I did it. Same thing with every other house that was renovated in 2018. I've done renovations in the past, but the 2018 ones are definitely what I'm sticking with. Oh, I should probably tell you guys about this house. This one's pretty nice. So I just built it back in April. It's a huge house. Makes all the other ones look tiny, but basically there used to be a mansion here that was built all the way back in 2014. And it used to take up most of the property. And after I built the Dan Lags house over there, the brown one, with the 2014 copy across the street, I wanted to build something like the brown one, but bolder, bigger and stuff. So this is what I managed to do. It's pretty like in your face, especially with the unique color choice, how it doesn't really match anything on the street. And then you kind of get back here and it's like, well, where's all the craziness? Well, you just got to keep going around to find the rest of it. I think it's a gorgeous house. Like, it's probably my favorite house of the year. Not because I haven't really built that many, but just because I don't think 2021 is going to have anything looking this good. I might, but that, or maybe I'll come out with like an even better house. This one's 2019. So like, it's a jump from basic and tall. You know, I like it. You know, it's a nice looking house. It looks elegant, but that one's just like really in your face. So I don't know. Maybe I'll start working on something like that. I just got to find where I want to put it because there's not too much room left in the illusions because of the way I have that laid out. But I had to put something in the old mansion's place that really, you know, fit it. Do you like Czech Republic? I haven't been there, but that'd be a cool place to go one day. I think I've also spoken to people who are from the Czech Republic, and they're cool. So, no negative thoughts. and host a server with an economy and stuff. It's heavily inspired by 5M and Dark RP. Yeah, I mean, I run my own 5M server. I'll put a link in the chat real quick. Let me grab our invite. But yeah, that's Patriot Life. I run that server. So yeah, that's that. When I'm not playing Minecraft, I'm usually coding 5M, so this is like a nice break from 5M while I like figure out what I'm doing. Because I got some ideas for the 5M server, and it's just a matter of time before I put them in. I'm thinking about making it so like when you go to the item store, you have to have like a basket, and you put the items in the basket or something. Well, it won't be like an actual basket, obviously, because I don't think 5M will let you do that, but I want to have it so like you basically put it on a list, and then you go to the checkout counter, and somebody has to like check you out. You know, and it makes it more realistic rather than just going to an item store and you just spam a list. And then I also need to figure out a way to do properties. Oh, and these are just clones from a structure I built way over there. Let's go and build a house though. So this is kind of the way I built all of these houses right in here. They all started pretty much with a floor plan. Now let me see if I can find the foundation outline. Cool homes. Yep. Definitely. Let's see, which one is this? This one is 12. This one's probably 11. 11. So 12. Let's see, we can do 13, 14, or 15 Winter Grove Parkway. Let's do 13. So I kind of want to make it look more like that house because these two, while they're different houses, they have a similar style. They have the gray window pillars with a cobblestone trim outline thing, and then the rest of the house is actually wool. This one's actually a clone and it's mirrored. So I took that house from way down there. I don't know if you can see it, but right where my crosshair is, that's the original one. I cloned it down here just to fill up some space. But this is kind of how all of my house projects start. Oh my god, my grammar at 3:35 in the morning. I'm not even gonna try that. I don't speak any other language except English, and I forgot most of Spanish. It's just I don't have time to like learn other languages and remember them. The only languages I'm willing to learn at this point are computer programming languages for education and for my future. But other than that, I have no intent to learn like human languages other than more about English. I mean, that's about it. Okay, so we have a rectangle, and what we're going to do is we're going to shape this rectangle a little bit. I'm thinking I want to have a little bit of room for the yard. So we're going to kind of just shave this off. So now we have just like a very basic shape. And then what we can do is take a look at this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shave this down again. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to figure out how I want my windows to fit, you know, within the walls. Okay, so when I run into something like this, I usually just find like the center. Okay. So hold on. If this were a window, I'm just kind of mocking up what this is going to look like so I can plan where my door should go, because I'm going to put a door back here. Okay, so perhaps I just need wider windows back here, because that's the only way that's going to work. Now, my other option would be, you know, slide this down a little bit and make the house a little bit wider, but we're not going to do that. So if I said I need to make the windows wider, then we can do maybe 4 wide right here. And then what we can do is we can put our door right there. Yeah, we can just do extra wide windows. How about that? I think that'll work better. So those are going to be our back windows. Possibly. I might do something a little different. Like I might move the door like down here so it's not quite in the center. And what that would allow me to do is like maybe put like a bathroom or something on the back of the house, or even a bedroom, and maybe we could have like a little walkway right here and then go on from there. So yeah, let's go and do this side next. Okay, so once again, something's a little off. So we gotta kind of work our way back to the center. So we have 1 window, 2 windows, 1 window, 2 windows. Okay, so that means that's the center. Trying to figure out how do I want to do the garage. We could just do the garage down here maybe. So 3. So that's 7. Put that there just to kind of remind us. Now, I don't necessarily do the windows first on every house. A lot of times, this is what I start with. Right here. I'll often do this first, and then I'll shape the windows later. But I'm going to do the windows first because I don't know what I want to do for the floor plan yet. Okay, once again, there's something a little offset. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just allocate all of that for the door. Yeah, so like maybe we'll put the door right there and we'll just have wider windows. I always forget about windows. I usually make an outline of the house and build up from there. Yeah, I mean, that's what I usually do though. That's what I usually do. But I'm going to do the windows first just to change it up, I guess. It's just more or less to humor myself. Okay. So this whole house is a little off. Okay, so if I were to slide this fence over 1, what that would mean is the garage would have to get moved over 1, and then our door would no longer be like that. Although, I mean, if we want a straight line to the back, I don't see why not. don't see why we couldn't do that. Yeah, so that goes there. Yeah, I think we might be able to do this. I'm gonna just scoot the whole thing over because I really don't feel like doing it any other way. Now, the other thing you have to kind of worry about, though, is that this is now potentially an 8 wide garage door. So to kind of help with that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scoot this whole thing over by 1. So now it's back to a 7 wide. And we're just going to have a door that's more like that rather than like this. So instead of a double door, you have a set of doors, but they're split. Okay, so now that I have that done, we can basically erase all of that because what we're going to do is we're going to start building up. Now, as for the floor plan, maybe we should go ahead and just get the floor plan out of the way too. So, when I do floor plans, I usually put a code on the floor. And what that allows me to do is figure out where the heck everything's going to go. And when I read the code, I know, oh, that's a kitchen, or oh, that's a bedroom, or something. See, I'm going to kind of just even that out. I don't care if the back door is a 3 wide, you know, kind of like the front door. So we're just going to take care of that real quick. So this is going to be the garage, and this is code for there's going to be a garage door. Probably a no-brainer. I'm just going to start chopping the house up. So we'll probably put a room there. Maybe a room here. How big is this? Can I fit a full bath in here? Maybe. I'm going to put a bath here, and then we're going to give this front bedroom this front room a bathroom as well. Otherwise, that'll be a closet, and this will be a bathroom. We're going to stick this here. So dotted lines means kitchen. And then this isn't a very open style of house, but I think if we were to actually move this back one, I think that's enough room for a living room to go here, and then I don't know, we can figure out something for right here. I might end up making this a little more narrow, like more like right here. And then what I'll do is I'll just put glass right there, and then this will be wall, and then I'll figure out the rest. There's only one other thing we're missing, though. So what I might do instead is we'll put our garage access here. We're going to put our staircase there. And then we're just going to make this the living room. And then you're going to have 2 baths or a bath and a closet. I don't know yet. I'm going to put that there just to remind me that if I do decide that this is too little for a bathroom, I'll just do that. But I don't want to if I don't have to. So that is how I make an outline. Oh, yeah, if I'm sliding this one over, I should probably slide this one over too. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just do that real quick. But, yeah, for those of you that did join me at, like, 3 in the morning, I very much appreciate it. Let's see, we could put the toilet or the shower right there, and then the toilet just goes wherever the shower isn't, and then the sink. Oh, I don't know. Maybe put the sinks right. I don't know. This is just so small. I might just make this a full-on room. It's like there's just so little room. I don't really think that one needs a closet. And besides, if something needs a closet, we can always just stick it upstairs. Okay, so I wanted to borrow the color schemes of the surrounding houses. So we're going to go with the dark roof, the gray trim around the roof. And unlike that house, we're going to go with that in the middle. Is my headset getting low? Yeah, it's probably been a while since I charged it. So I'm going to go ahead and just plug that in. I mean, it's not going to make a difference to anything. There we go. Now, I don't know what kind of ceiling height I want. So if I want to borrow this house, I'm going to have to go and make room for all of that. Whereas with this one, it's only too high. Let me see what 4-block style looks like. So I originally started calling it blah 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 block style all the way back when I first started playing Minecraft. If the ceiling height was 4, so basically I could jump within a 4-block height. So basically from here all the way up to here, that was 4-block style, and then that house is a 3-block style because you only have below the window and then all the way up to here. Oh, actually, no, this one is 4-block style. I'm wrong. It's mainly because there's no ceiling. But if there was a ceiling, it would be 3-block style without a doubt. But no, this one's going to be 4-block style from the get-go. And it's going to have a snow ceiling. I don't know why that house doesn't have it, though. I mean, that's definitely one of the newer houses on this world. Not that it's like 2020 new. I think I built that back in like 2017. I mean, I couldn't tell you when I built these houses exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, these have to be 2017 because they're not 2016. They're 2017 or 18. That's all I can tell you. Why it says 2012, that's just for lore. RP lore, so it has nothing to do with the actual build. You know, the build date or anything like that. It's just to keep things more realistic. Because, like, you wouldn't build a whole city in 1 year. Or even 6. You could do it in Minecraft because, hello, this is living proof. But at the same time, you can't just put up an entire city in a matter of just 6 years. It's going to take way more than that. Unless you have, like, half the United States working on said city for, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week without stopping. Okay, so I don't really want to make it look just like that one, but then again, this one has a lot of windows. I wish there was another material I could go with, but I can't really think of anything at the moment, so we're going to go through with this. Okay, so this is where we run into yet another problem. So I can do this and I can do that, but then I have to put a gap. And then I have to basically repeat it right here. So what this is going to make me, or what this is going to make me do is basically I'm going to have to put a thing right there to kind of block that. So yeah, if the problem's not very clear, it's because, well, let me explain. It's basically this, and there's going to be a wall right here, and you can't put a wall against a window. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about CSGO. I have like a love-hate relation with it. But yeah, see ya. I love it one day, then I hate it the next. So I don't know. I think I'm just gonna put it down for a while, but I don't know. Again, love-hate relation. Can't really do anything about it. Just kind of is what it is. Now, what I could do, though, maybe, is take that and just make the windows bigger. Like that. So yeah, in case like you're like need a building or you suck at building or whatever, you have to learn how to improvise. If you can't improvise, you can't get better. Because I've learned how to improvise, you know, pretty much effectively. So I think that will look much better, especially because this house already has 4 wide windows, or 4 block wide, yeah, 4 block wide windows. So 1, 2, and then we stick one here. So we could just continue that throughout the rest of this, and we could put some glass right here. I'll probably end up shrinking the kitchen a bit, you know, to kind of fit with this a little bit better. So like maybe right here instead. But like to try to like help you guys get better at building, if you guys think you aren't good, you know, if you're able to improvise on the fly and make things just work, doesn't matter how, but just making them work in general, if you're able to do that, you're going to be just fine. Because pretty much half of Minecraft is just thinking about what you want to do. If you can see it, all you have to do is just start working toward it. And next thing you know, you have something like that. Or anything you see in this shot right now, you're going to have it. Now, I have no idea what this house is going to look like. But the way I build, if I sit here and look at it hard enough, I'm going to know exactly what it looks like before I'm even done. Because I have so many other examples of what I'm doing right around me, so picturing what this particular one is going to look like really isn't that hard. And yes, I'm aware that I'm talking to pretty much no one at the moment, but then again, all of you that are still watching, you know, talking to you at this point, because nobody's actually tuned in. Everyone's watching this pre-recorded style, I guess. Okay, so here's another thing I could try doing. I'm gonna try something I don't usually do. I'm going to slide the staircase over by 1. I'm going to make this kitchen a bit bigger. Not too much bigger, but just a bit bigger. Mainly because I don't think I have enough room any other way. Now, actually, hold on. Now that I think about it, I got an even better idea. Why don't we just sacrifice that room? And we'll just make this kitchen that big. So now we have a kitchen that kind of like wraps around this corner of the wall. And what that'll allow me to do is put a giant window right here. Kind of sticking with that big window theme. So yeah, we're just going to stick with the big window theme, I guess. And we're going to end it right here. So basically all of this will just be wall. So this is basically what we have so far. It's big windows everywhere. Whereas on this house, you have the occasional, you know, big window here and there. This house, it just works a lot better. Then you have the tiny windows, and you have like back to normal. When I say normal, it's usually too wide. This house is just nothing but big windows pretty much on the front. And then all on the side, you have normal windows. And then you have your occasional big window. So yeah, what we're going to do next is we're going to take this and we're just going to wrap around. Oh, and for those of you wanting to start your own city, I mean, you can just add me on PlayStation and just look around my city, or if you're actually really into building a city, basically start learning how to do road networks. Start learning how to like leave enough room for yard, grass, well, just grass in general, not just yards, but learn how to plot and learn how to build roads around plots and stuff. Or actually learn how to build roads and then learn how to put plots within the roads. That's how I did all of that, basically. I said, here's a plot. We're going to put a house on the plot. There's going to be a road that already goes by. And that's it. That's all there is to it. You know, it amazes me that people can't do that. But because I know everyone has the capability of doing it, it's just a matter of you got to figure out how to do it yourself. It really doesn't, you know, take that long. Because, like, this is, like, one of the easiest things you can do in Minecraft. And if you can do this, you already have half a city. Because I'd say the hard part that makes the good builders stand out from the bad builders is how to make a house. This one is actually challenging. But I'm sure there's people out there that, you know, they think that they suck at building, so they just don't even try making a city. Well, you're never going to get better if you don't try. So, my advice is learn how to see yourself as someone who doesn't suck at building and learn how to improvise. And then if you can do all of that, now you just got to find the time. I've spent 6 years working on it, and I would say 3 years ago my city looked like it was 6 years old. Now it looks like my city's probably 10 years old, when really it's only 6. I did so much work when I was a younger teenager, and I'm 19 right now, so I'm still technically a teenager. But I did so much work when I was a younger teenager that I can kind of just sit on my ass and the world will still look good. I don't have to work on my world constantly anymore. Do I want to? Of course. I always want to work on my world. I always want to figure out stuff. In fact, I don't even remember the last time I built like just a regular old house, you know? This is definitely one of the first ones I've built of this like when I say a regular old house, I mean like something that you would find just typically within the world. This is one of the houses that I actually can remember. Okay, so here's a mistake that I made right here. I'm not perfect, but I should have known better. I never build window pillar things right up against the corner anymore. I always put a house colored or whatever the house is made out of, right? I usually take that material and I build a frame. And it goes from the outer part of the shell to right here. And then you have the original, I guess, pillar of the frame. The original frame. You usually have that right there. But anyway, what was I talking about? Something about my world, and I don't remember at this point. I just need to go back and watch the stream later so I can go, oh, yep, I should have thought about that a little bit harder. But no, basically, oh, yeah, I think I know what I was talking about now. So, like, my world is just so advanced looking and stuff. It's just because when I was younger, I grinded out work. I also had a lot of people help me with this world. I did not build this by myself. Really think I could build with this by myself? Think again, because I really can't. It's just so much. You're definitely going to want to have friends help you, and you're definitely going to want to make sure you don't treat them like asshole or like an asshole, because that's the best way to keep your, free labor. Because chances are people are doing this for free. But yeah, I mean, oh yeah, about the other houses, like, but yeah, like I was saying with the regular old houses, like things that you just typically find with within the world. It's been a while since I just built one, like from scratch. I've been cloning a lot of stuff lately to like fill up some of the gaps that should have been filled a long time ago with just quick work that I've already done. But the other thing is you can't do that forever, because then the world will literally start to look copy pasted, and I don't want it to look that way. I always want to make sure there's fresh stuff. So by building this house right here that we're working on together, I guess, by building this, we're kind of breaking away from that trend where all you see are structure blocks everywhere. Like, hell, there's even one right here. There's even one right there. And when you come down the street, there is yet another one. Yet another one. They're just everywhere now. Like, I feel like my world is just infested with structure blocks at this point. It's very helpful, though. Like, heck, I would have probably torn this house down if it weren't for the structure block. Because what I was able to do with it was raise it up one. And then I was also able to raise the roof up. And what that allowed me to do is make it look just like the rest of the houses. Because this house was an oddball. And I would have probably torn it down had the structure block not been there. So like it really does help. You know, you can use it for more than just cloning stuff. You can also use it for moving stuff. And I'm sure that's like literally the other half of it, but no, like dead serious, that structure block trick where you can take a structure and raise it up, and then you take another part of the structure and raise that up, you can basically redo the house without having to tear it down. So that's what I managed to do. I wanted cloned houses right here. I wanted them to be identical on purpose. Oh, did I build this house? Yeah, I think I just built this house one day, and then I just turned around and cloned it. So yeah, the neighborhood's starting to get more full, and that's a good thing. Now the question now would be 2 floors or 3 floors? Because I have another 3-floor house right here. And as you can see, it's not even close to done. I built this in like 2017 or 18. It's not a 2019 house because it's been there for a long time. But yeah, it's definitely a 2017, maybe an 18. I don't know. It might be early 18 or something. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. Basically just old copies of the world. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the outline done. And then what we're going to do, just like with every other house that I make, we're going to go up 3 levels with the stairs, and then +1 for the slabs. I guess because it got pulled off really well right there, I'm not really worried about it over here. And I think it's because the houses are made out of light gray wool. I chose to go with like a darker trim for the roof. But if I were doing this on a darker colored house, I would have a very high contrast quartz trim going around it. Mainly because I like how it like I love the contrast of it. Like you could see it pulled off really well over here, just on these houses right here. This one's kind of an exception to that, though, because this one's basically the same scheme as... Oh, yeah, actually, this one's an exception, too. It's a lot of light color mixed with some dark. In fact, I think they're actually based on the same color scheme. Yeah, they are. So... yeah, I'm going to just stick with my gut on making it look more like that house because they're going to be across the street from each other anyway. And they need to look good with each other. Now, cool thing is if I take a structure block, I could probably just raise this roof up quite a bit and turn this into a 3-story house. Now, do I need to? Not really. I think it'll be fine the way it is. Maybe the last house I put... Oh, whoops. Maybe 15 Winter Grove Parkway. It's gonna be the last one on the street probably for a while, unless I build way down there somewhere. You know, more houses on this street, but um, maybe for that I'll put in like a grand finale house, kind of like I did with Cobblestone Way, because Cobblestone Way is finally done, especially thanks to cloning. I was able to take out a house that I didn't really like and just put in one that I did. That was already built on that street. So like it's definitely fitting of Cobblestone Way, which earlier in the live stream we were actually on Cobblestone Way. It was those it's over by I have to here, let me see if I can find a map. Nope, wrong one. Wrong one. There we go. So yeah, this stuff right here. So this is Cobblestone Way. These houses right here were all built in 2014. The one on this corner was the one that I said I renovated every 2 years. But basically I took this house and cloned it right here. Why did I do that? Like I said, I didn't like the house that was actually in the spot, so I just got rid of it. And then some of the other like little shortcuts I took with finishing that neighborhood was like, you know, for instance, I was going to put even more houses on it than I did, but I decided to just put some trees down and just not use some of the plots near the end. Mainly because I was just tired of that neighborhood never being done, so I just finally finished it. It's one of the few things in this world that are it's one of the few areas in this world that I would say is 100% done. I don't have any more plans for it. Now, if I were to cut down some of those trees, you know, structure blocks, spawning in air to get rid of the trees, yeah, I might add some more houses, but it's either that or I take down the cloned house and just build something else completely. I don't know. But anyway, you can already tell, like, this house is pretty much done, because it's just a matter of putting in the floors, the ceiling, another set of floors, another ceiling, an upstairs outline, walls, and then just decorating. So this house is basically done. There's not much to building houses if you can get a style down and stick with it. So this house pretty much just done at this point. It's just a matter of time before I actually get around to really finishing it. So yeah, I'm just gonna call this house done, pretty much. There we go. Once again, another thing I missed from console edition, where if you like put it on this side of the block, it'll face that way. Or if you stick it over here, it'll look like this. Rather, it doesn't matter where you point, it's just gonna stick it like this, and that's what I hate about Bedrock. Oh, and then our garage door. So, yeah, that's the only other thing that this house is missing. So we're just gonna take these materials. And this is another little thing that you kind of just figure out works better. It's better to indent your garage doors. So that way they look a little more realistic. And then we just need to cut out road access so you can get under here. I need to put some sewer lines out here. I don't think this house actually has working sewer. That's weird. Sewer lines, power lines. I mean, well, actually, I got power lines right there, so we're good. I've been kind of changing my power line style to like kind of like not phase them out completely, but like to make them a little less bulky looking. Um, I remember back when I first put them in, I insisted on just everything had to have power lines because they were just kind of cool looking. You know, they had fence lines, so basically, you know, this part right here and that part right there were line things, and then you just kind of ignored the uprights. And that way you could actually see them, you know, especially from a distance. But yeah, basically all we have to do is just take this, fill that in. But when it comes to the power lines, you know, I'm kind of making them less like dependent on like, you know, is it attached to the house or not? Like I'd rather just not worry about it. Um but there's like a special format that I have where if I want it to go into the ground, like whatever's up here, if I want it to go into the ground, it's just going to be a stone pole. So that way it's fire retardant. You know, instead of, you know, wood, putting electrical wires that are high voltage into wood, definitely a fire hazard if you ask me. Okay, one thing I kind of want to do with this particular house is I kind of want to slide it back. Because I have absolutely no room to put bushes along the front and put a sidewalk and have some yard. So we're going to take our trusty, wherever the heck it went, we're going to take our structure block, if I can find one. That's lapis. Oh, I started complaining about the structure blocks, and next thing you know, I'm taking them all out. Joy. Here it is. Oh, whoops. At S 512 20. We'll just do like negative 700. That should put us back to where we were, sort of. Yeah, I'm a bit far up. We'll try negative 600. Maybe negative 500. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take this entire house and I'm going to slide it back. But I don't know how much. I'm thinking maybe 2 back. So we're going to do 30, 5, and then this is going to be 40. Okay, a bit much. About 35. 30. 25. That's more like, actually 26 because you got to factor in the roof. 32. Let's just keep it nice and pretty. So 2 on each side. And then height, we can just do 100. It doesn't really matter because there's nothing up there anyway. I mean, I could even do 20 and it would still fit. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this 13 Winter Grove Parkway. Save to disk. And when we go to load it, we're just going to do 1. And what that's going to do, it's going to shift the whole house this way. 2. And as you can see, it moved the whole house back. So this is kind of like Or there used to be just, the house right here, and now it's, then it moved here, and then it moved one more. So now we have like an actually decent driveway. I kind of don't want to do it like that though, just because I want to have some room for bushes and a wider sidewalk. We can just borrow this. Oh, whoops. Huh, they're just upside down, I guess. Yep, they're just upside down. I guess there's just nothing to it. So now that we actually have some room, this should hopefully look a bit nicer. Oh, that's where the road used to end, I think. Yeah, I usually do this for roadblocks. Yeah, I guess I just left that there just to kind of like show where it used to end. I'll do that sometimes. Like I did that on Adler Drive or whatever it was. I did that. Yeah, I've done that all over the world. Wherever the road ends, there's usually like some sort of like reminder that it ended there. Yeah, and then oh yeah. I was supposed to slide this over. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, we'll probably just come back to that one later. Here's another thing that I cloned from up north. Yeah, let's go up north real quick. So yeah, there's a bunch of houses up here too. One of my favorites is actually that one, but this house I took it and I think I cloned it right there. And then that house, I cloned it right here, mainly because when I converted the world to Bedrock, I lost a lot of the stuff that was where these trees are now. So to kind of just make up for it, I was like, instead of just building a whole new house, I'll just clone one that's already up here. Something that already fits the neighborhood and stuff like that. Yeah, and then that whole shop thing that I just flew over, that's definitely cloned from other stuff. And then this is original. And this is original. Everything else is cloned. And one of the funny parts is that This building actually uses the exact same interiors found inside this building, but they're completely different structures on the outside. But I managed to perfectly get the area right. So, this right here actually ends up working just fine. So if I wanted to, I could take this and clone it somewhere else, and I would not have to worry about people thinking, oh, you're just cloning the same exact building with the same exact interiors all over the world. You know, at least with this one, I could do this one a couple times and that one a couple times, maybe a couple times more. I don't know. There's a lot of them already. But from the outside, you would think, oh, they're two different buildings. But really, they're kind of the same building. So it'll just look a little less copy pasta, I guess. Even though they really are. But yeah, that's a clone. This is a clone. Everything else in the world that looks like those two buildings are clones because, like I said, this is the original one and that's the original one. But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care if you like copy paste stuff, as long as you like make it look like it was always there. If anything, it's just a time saver, you know, for the work that you've already done. But yeah, here's that house that I was talking about on Cobblestone Way. So I was gonna put two more houses right there, and I was gonna put a house in between, but this one ended up being huge. This one is actually bigger than the old one, I think, just by a little bit. You could probably still put a house there, it'd just be kind of cramped. But yeah, I took this house and just mirrored it because the old one was, for one thing, it had the wrong style. Basically, there was no support for a ceiling on the first floor. On the second floor, there was a ceiling, but on the or actually, no, second floor there was a ceiling, but on the first floor it was just the hardwood, because it was basically a 2 gap right here instead of a 3 gap. You know, between, you know, I don't know, the door and the windows, or in between this pillar and that one. So 1, 2, 3. I don't know, I guess another way to put it is just there was no this right here. It was just straight, you know, regular style, regular body color for the house. As you can see, all the other houses now have that. Now, this one is an oddball. It's old. It's very old. In fact, I think it's 2015 for you. Modernized, you know, I put a nicer roof on it, you know, in 2017 or 18, something like that. What I need to do is I need to take a structure block. I keep forgetting that I don't have a structure block on hand. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just get it over with. I need to raise up that house just a little bit. And then I think we should be good to go with just replacing all of the hardwood with snow. And what that'll do is it'll make this house officially modern. Oh, and this is kind of done on purpose. So the original house was supposed to come out to here, but sometime along its, you know, or the house's life, the story behind it is basically they jacked up the house and they just crammed a garage in. That's kind of what this is all about. Whether or not you like that, I don't know. I was just trying to do something different. So I'm not really looking for opinions on it. It's just I wanted the house to look a certain way, and whether or not I pulled it off at all, that's what matters. Not whether or not you like it. Because trust me, if I want to know if you liked it, I would have asked. I mean, if you guys don't like it, feel free to say so, but like I said, I don't care. So let's see what we're going to do to jack up this house. Yeah, so we're going to go right here. Basically going to go straight back, straight over, straight up. And we're basically going to just load the house +1 in the Y. So we'll do 30 just to play it safe. We're almost there. 35. 45. Yeah, that'll work. And then 45. Yeah, we need to go farther than that. 64. 20. So here's the entire top half of the house. We basically need to call this raise 1. We're going to save it to memory because we're not going to keep this forever. And what we're going to do is here, let me get another like good look at it. So we need to replace this material and this material all with snow. And then it should be good to go after that. Oh, and the staircase is going to have to get adjusted a little bit. No big deal, though. So save, load. We're going to change this to 0 and load. So now the whole house just got raised up. Now, what is the... So if I'm at 8... So I'm standing at 1. So if I'm standing at 1, then that means I'm standing at 10. I think I need to do 8. So we're going to do... So what we need to do is we need to do fill. Here, let me figure out what the coordinates are. So I'm actually going to use my PS4 a little bit. So yeah, we're just going to teleport me to the other me. So we're just going to leave that right there. And on PC, so I'm going to leave it on PS4 just a little, or for just a minute while I get the other coordinate. I'm going to do the Discord. I honestly don't know who he is. He says he's one of my old friends, but I don't remember this person. I'm just gonna be flat out honest. So we're gonna do 8, 170, and then 270. I feel like it's Now we can try 275. 8. You have 224. Snow replace or snow 0 replace wood, or well, I guess planks. Okay, I think that's it. That's all there is to it. So now when you come inside, it actually feels new again. Like, you guys would be shocked how much little change can do. Just a tiny change like that, and this house already feels like brand new again. And I get it, the stone and the thick glass. It's like, not really. And I totally get that. This house is old, but... Oh, yeah, the netherrack roof. I'm gonna, like, replace that. Replace... nether brick. And I think it was at 13. Oh, hold on. 13. 13. Replace nether. Oh, that looks so much better already. Now what I should do maybe is replace all the glass with panes. I see what's going on. Wait, what did it replace? Okay, there we go. So now we have, like, actual windows. Now it's just a matter of restyling this house on the outside, and then we're good to go. Okay, so what we can do now is just kind of peel this back. And then this will be normal again. And then because this got raised up, how do I want to deal with this? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for this. We can just clean this up a little bit, I guess. Hold on, I gotta reply to someone on Discord. I guess just give them citizen of whatever. I guess I could just teleport him. No. There we go. So, let's see. So yeah, now that this house is raised up, what we can do next is basically go around the perimeter and change it to something else. To what? I have no idea. The house is supposed to look a bit tacky. And part of the lore is that the first set of houses were all built by maybe a designer or two. And then these two houses were built by another designer. And then finally, the good designer came through and built all of the houses. And then finally that one. And then a few years later, the one on the end was kind of just tacked on. So, like, it's supposed to have, like, different stages of, like, or different, like, designers over the decades. Everything beyond this house, so the one next door and the one across the street of, you know, basically that one, and all the way down, those are all 90s houses. This one's supposed to be an 80s house. So it's supposed to look a little tacky, a little dated, but not too bad. I get it, the stone brick doesn't really help. So let's see, what's a good contrast material that we could use? We could just use this, I guess. Yes, June 2014. I don't know, it could be May, but I knew I had it in June, so that's why I always tell people that. I know I had it in June. I have proof. That's all that matters. That I have my proof that this world existed in June 2014, near the end, but nonetheless it did. I don't know. I don't really like that. Let me see if I can find another one. Like another material. Oh yeah, we could go with that. Kind of pay respect to the quote-unquote older house, even though it's not. Gives it a more dated look, though, but that's kind of what this house is. It's supposed to be a little dated. Not ugly, just not modern either. And hey, there's nothing wrong with an older looking house. I mean, as long as it fits the time period, who cares? And then I just realized that that was made out of sandstone, so time to change this to something else. That or just get rid of it. I don't really do like things on the front of houses anymore. Like, unless it's something like that, or something like this, where it actually like looks tasteful. You know, unless it's something like that, I don't really do it. I just realized I don't need these anymore. Oh, here goes another legacy piece of my world. Mainly because it just doesn't make any sense anymore. Like, there's no other ones like it, because I tore down the other buildings that had these redstone things sticking out of them. So it just doesn't make any sense anymore. Like, what's the point? It's basically meant to send data very, very quickly and very, very powerfully for an entire building to utilize. You know, but none of them have it anymore, so it's just time to get rid of it. Not only that, yeah, it really goes to show how small the Jaguar Co building used to be. This one doesn't even make any sense, because, like, it's all the way down there, and this one's all the way up here. So once again, makes zero sense to still have those. It's not that I'm trying to remove the nostalgia necessarily, though. It just means it has no place in this version of the world anymore. So out it goes, and we'll just have nothing to replace it, because what would I, do it with? Oh, and then they're also up here too. I used to have giant redstone cables made out of the blocks, and then I turned them into just wireless, like, beams, basically, that can go really long distance really, really quickly, and they're high powered. But I ended up just, like I said, getting rid of all that. And I think that's it. I think that's the last of them. Alright. Let me check YouTube chat. Oh, yeah. I forgot to switch to this. My bad. Yeah, here, I forgot I was still streaming the PS4. My bad. Let me show you what I did. So basically, in some of the shots, you might have seen, like, these big, like, things on tops of the buildings. That one, this one, that one, and the towers down there. The little redstone things, are gone. And if you don't know what that looks like, kind of had something to do with this, but not quite. Oh man, I wish I could have shown that. It's definitely my mistake, because like I said, I forgot I was streaming the PS4. Yeah, I don't know how long I was doing it like that. So, oh yeah, I was gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Now what we can do is just fill in the gaps. I guess it only needs to go 2 more this way. Whoops. There we go. We can just have a massive sidewalk, because why not? TP me to you. Oh, whoops. There we go. There we go. Let's see, if I'm going to redo it, I might as well redo it right. We're actually going to redo this house next. I'm going to see if he's in a Discord channel. I don't see him in there. I'm just going to sit in default gathering. Oh, whoops. Yeah, this house is going to look a lot better when I'm done redoing the outside. Though I will say the proportions. This is why I hate working on old houses. Trying to like make them look nicer, because you just can't do it perfect. Okay, how can I... I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this so that way it works. Because if I scoot this one over... Actually, if I were to scoot that one over, then... Kitchen room or remodel completed. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take down these signs. And I'm just going to make this one of those triple block wide doors. Like that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to slide this window down 1. I'm going to have to redo the wall and slide it down 1, but hey, at least it works at this point. Yeah, this house is definitely due for a renovation. That's probably the best part about this design right there. It's just the fact that it's that quick to fix that little part. Okay. So let's put that there and this here. We can just make this one giant window. I'm not even worried about it. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. It's the second time I forgot about that. I'm supposed to do it like this. That means no wide windows, just regular. That's better. What I might do when I'm done is potentially try to like... Well, actually, nah, I'd rather just do it by hand. I think the structure block's just going to make things worse. Here, let's go down here and like get this part set up. I think that's like the last inside bend, I guess. If that's what it should be called. Ah, that sucks. Too bad it's a little offset. That would have been nice just having a straight line back. Oh well. No big deal. We'll just say that's our door for now. Let's go on to the next part. Yeah, it's looking better already. That's one of my favorite parts about renovating. Is that all you have to do is just kind of redo the outside just a little bit. And the result is just so good. Yeah, that's gonna work great. And then I think what I might do instead is just okay, I kind of ran into a small problem because I need to now find the center. And we got two. And we got two. So let's put in a third. Yep, that's exactly where I expected it to be, I guess. We'll just make it a big window. Kind of like how it used to be. Except here's what we can do to kind of make it look a little bit better. Wonder if we could scoot down the windows. Actually, no. We'll put this one back. Do my other idea, which is yeah, that's my other idea. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to make that fill in, and then this will get filled in, and that'll get filled in. And then I can just move this back a little bit. Okay, so I guess a quick comparison in terms of new versus old. You can already tell it's going to look a hell of a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then I think I'm going to wrap up the live stream. Kind of make this go by a little bit quicker. What I'm going to do is quickly knock out all of that. Basically just going to copy everything down below. Except we're going to skip that because we're going to put in a special 3-wide window right there. Just like that. It already looks so much better on the front. And now it just looks perfect. The only thing it's missing is glass. Now, I think I'm going to leave this part alone. Because here's the thing. When I built the house, I purposely built it this way. Where the garage sticks out like that. Or, well, maybe not the garage, but like the original house is supposed to stick out and stuff. I purposely did that, so I'm going to leave that part alone. That's probably going to be the only downfall of this house, but It's for the sake of keeping the original lore intact. The original story, I should say. In case anyone doesn't know what lore means, I'm referring to like the story. Where is he? Oh, he's over at Ashley's house. So anyway, yeah, that's what the front of the house now looks like. So yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna keep the original stuff right there. Now what I could do, just to see what it would look like, that, okay, oh, I kind of like that. So maybe what I could do is I could take the pillars and kind of put them back here like that. Yeah, okay, yeah, this looks a lot better. But we're gonna have to do thin pillars just because the thing is that this is on the corner. You can't do too wide. You still have that stadium. Yeah, along the front. That would look good though. Yeah, let's just take out these windows. I'm sure that part would never even have windows anyway. And if this is like after the house was built, this is all owner's work. Yeah, that's how it should look. Oh, and we're gonna change this almost immediately just because I would never ever put my ceiling on the outside of the house like that. So what we can do instead is take some andesite slabs and just kind of seal that up. There we go. That looks better. So yeah, that's what the front of the house is going to look like. Now it's just a matter of taking all of the rest of the house want to ask him. I really don't remember who he is. I mean, that's the thing. Like, dude, if you ever watch this, like, I really don't remember who he is. Oh, and the thing about the stadium that I'll have to show you guys like in a few minutes is that the thing is that that stadium was clearly a football stadium. It was not soccer. So unless he just doesn't have a good memory of the stadium, it was pretty clear that it was a football stadium, not a soccer stadium. So like, I don't know. I think it just adds to the like, I have no idea who you are. Especially when you don't quite remember what the stadium even was. You just know that I had one, but it's like, who are you if you even remember that I had a stadium? Hmm. Actually, huh, I'm gonna rewrite this because that's coming off a bit rude. R14. It's him? Dang. I don't know. That was so long ago. Let me rewrite that. That's also gonna come off rude. Hopefully we're almost done with the windows. Wait, that's three windows on one side, two on the other. Ugh. I don't like that. It's gotta be like this or it does not work. You can just do two doors. This house is definitely going to need a new interior, that's for sure. Yeah, but it's just a matter of putting in the glass and then this house will be renovated. That's cool. Yeah, I guess this one's next. Because this one's a 2017 house. It's kind of funny. I actually had the plot for this one in 2017. I don't think I constructed it until either later that year or 2018. But it's probably my favorite house on this block. Oh, whoa, what just happened? It's also got a single door. Kind of a rare sight on some of these houses. Actually, all of these houses. Because usually the door is two. Now, this one's also kind of an oddball. So like the house down the road with only one door, this one also has one door, but it's also just, I don't know, there's just something about it that I like too. It's also one of my favorites. This one just looks, it looks alright. It's not special or anything. But I do know that this house is actually quite special because it's one of the few houses that's not only up high like it is, like notice how the ground's all the way down there, but it's up high for a reason. So if you come in here and you flip that switch, you're now trapped in this little cellar thing. And then there's the bush in the ground. And what this is tornado shelter because it's set in Kansas. So while maybe this one's not that good, because I think it's also the first one I did, let me just show you what I did better, I guess. Oh my god, the lag is real. Hi. I guess I didn't look at YouTube chat quick enough. But if I come down here, I'm now in the cellar even better. Now this one has a really nice bathroom down here. So like if you ever are stuck in your basement because you're like trying to stay safe from a tornado or something. Not that they're actually gonna like go through Minecraft worlds or anything, but you know, if we wanted to RP a tornado warning, your whole house could get leveled from this up. It could just all fly away. And when you come out of that cellar, you'll still have, you know, a place where you could put like beds, you have a bathroom, a place to shower, place to get water if you want to drink out of the sink or something, assuming you have city water. So like at the end of the day, you could still live a decent life because you spent big money on a big tall house with a lot of room, you know, and if it ever got leveled, well, hey, at least you still have some of that luxury, you know, the nice bathroom downstairs. Just to name the nicest part about that. Mainly because it's the only thing down there except a closet. Yeah, you have a nice closet. You know, with the control switch. Then here's another one. Another, like, basement. Surprisingly, it too has a single door. It's not really one of my intents with that design. So, light switch. Oh yeah, basement master lighting. So yeah, it basically has a control panel as well. This one only turns on the non-bathroom light, and then where's the switch for it? There it is. So you can turn on these lights individually, or you can just hit the master. So when I turn that one off and I turn this one off, they still work. And of course, everyone's favorite, except that one doesn't work for some reason. I wonder why. Oh, I'm gonna have to diagnose that. So the way I would do that is come out here and yeah, let's have a look at this panel. Oh, it just needs a repeater. That's all it needs. Repeater. Yeah, I guess that signal was not strong enough. Okay, well, problem solved. It's easier than I thought. I guess he found me. So there's that. That's raw. Yeah, I need to finish this kitchen. Yeah, I don't know. At some point I will. I don't know. I just need to fill in that floor. I need to just make a giant to-do list, to be honest. But yeah, we renovated a house. We built a house. We flew all over the world. Which, that is the current map. That will probably evolve just a little bit more. Although, to be honest, this is that. There's not much left to do in terms of like looking at this particular map, because there's not much more room for development. Like, sure, I could cut down trees and have even more room, but it's like I kind of want some of that nature to be there. Like, take this into consideration. If I wanted to, I could just connect these two roads. But by leaving them separate, you just have some peaceful woods to look at. I get it. Kansas probably doesn't have that much in terms of trees. But no, the truth of the matter, though, is just, you know, you don't need a million houses to have a good looking city. You need not a million houses, but rather a lot of houses and also a lot of nature. And that's kind of what I've done. I've filled in where I can't build very much, if any. So, like, stuff like this. I mean, for one thing, this is pretty cool because I literally took... Alright, get this. So, I literally took that house right here and using the structure block, turned it into that. So that way you can see the two houses in the same frame. I think it's really cool. But yeah, I mean, there's not much left to do. I mean, that's supposed to be the state park, and we're already across the map border because the map border is right here. So here's one map. And here's the other. So I'm just hopping between this map and the one next to it. And yeah, you've seen those. Those are clones of the original houses over there. Probably means I need to fix the repeater issue on it real quick. Just need to come down here, grab a repeater, and just stick it right there, and it'll be fine. So now when I come down here, actually, when I come down here, I go here, hit that, shuts, opens back up. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with this house. This house was built all the way back in like 2016 or 17. Probably 16. That's when NASCAR was on here for sure. Oh yeah, this one's a 2015. Same thing with that. That's 2017 maybe? I don't know. This one's 2016 along with that one. That one's 2015. This one's 2016 or 17. No, it's 16. That, I have no idea. 2014, 2014, 2014, 20-something. Newer than 14 for sure. 17 or 18. Probably 18 to be honest. Because the funny thing is that this house is supposed to look like this, but different. Like you can see I took some cues from it. Whereas this one, the house is supposed to look pretty much just like that one. Like, I on purpose copied the design of it into that house. It's like a baby version of that. Whereas with this one, I was trying to go for something similar but not identical. Yeah, I think it looks great for how old it is. It's 2014. It has a lot of detail put into it. Like it's got the glowstone, the quartz, the stone, the glass, the stone slabs, the gradual roof, stone top, just like the original. Stone base, just like the original one too. So it uses a lot of the same material, just differently. Whereas this one's like just going for a copy of it. Hi. Finally, I caught chat this time. So yeah, it's like 5:40 in the morning, and I need to probably go to bed so I can wake up and possibly live stream tomorrow or talk to R14 tomorrow and see how he's been doing, because now I know who he is. The NXWXK guy. I know who he is. He's from 2014, 2015. So I'll have to catch up with him, see what's going on. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up the live stream. If you missed most of it, just go back and watch it later. That's all I can really say. If you have been watching the whole time, thank you. Means a lot, definitely. But yeah, to kind of sum up for those that are just now arriving, and I get it, I get why people are arriving because it's early in the morning instead of super early in the morning. To basically sum up the live stream, we flew around the world a lot. We built a house and we redid the exterior of an old house. The new house, I can show you what it looks like real quick for those of you that have been watching the whole time, because it's a pre-recorded video for you and it's not live anymore, or if you've actually been here the whole time. This is the house we did. It has big ass windows, unlike the other ones. This one has a big window, but now this one's just nothing but big windows. We tried to go with the same color scheme as that house. And unlike this house where it's got hardly anything for a front yard, I actually took a structure block and moved it back, and I was able to put in this sidewalk and stuff like that. You'll see me do it later on if you go back and watch this, but yeah, that's kind of what we did there. The old house was a 2015 house. It had very ugly exterior, design elements on it that were very outdated. Those are gone. And yeah, things that we kind of looked over were things like this big masterpiece that I made earlier this year, and the Danlag's house that I actually live streamed making. It's called Minecraft in Megadeth, if you want to go back and watch it. And you should do another one where I just play nothing but Megadeth music the whole time. I mean, they're really good. So, I don't know, maybe tomorrow we'll do Megadeth and Minecraft 2 or something, and we'll work on something else. There's a lot of good houses on Dan Lags' world that I can borrow from the PS3 world that I have. The only reason why I say PS3 world is because, well, this is a PS4 world, and I only have one PS4, so I'd have to use my PS3 anyway to see the houses while I build, because I can't load the PS4 world version because, well, PC wouldn't be able to join. And I wouldn't be able to build anyway, even if I didn't have a PC to play on. So, yeah, there's all that. So, I would go back and watch the original one. It's like a couple hours, just nothing but good music and good building, because that house was really good. Oh, and I also talked about skyscrapers and what happened with some of the old ones and stuff like that. So, yeah, yeah, I will catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave comments, and yeah, hopefully I'll try to do less copy pasta stuff throughout the world. So take care, and I'll see you guys later. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow necessarily, but I'll see you guys later.